think we're...
There we go.
Aha.
Yeah, there we go. Hello,
Okay,
everyone.
we're back. We're
Uh,
alive.
sorry about
We
that.
live.
OBS died.
Mhm.
Like, I actually had to restart OBS. Sorry about that, everyone.
But we're
I,
back.
I mean, I've had unstable internet for quite a while, but that sure was something.
As I always say, we just gotta pray to the machine god even
Yeah,
harder. Which, suitably enough, considering what I'm going to be lecturing to you about come a week time or so.
yes. I look forward to it.
Mm. I'm much like you. It's like, okay, I was trying to just focus on Skitari and Skitari weaponry, but now I gotta actually talk about like the tech priests.
Yep.
It's like,
Uh,
oh well, that's fine.
yep.
That's okay.
But
Because oh boy, do the tech priests do have variety. Anyway, so
yeah.
I'll stop.
Uh,
I'll
it's
save that
cool.
for my lecture for you.
Yes, I look forward to it, and it's gonna be fun.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think I dropped around when I was talking about Aegon the Fourth on his deathbed just went, "All my bastards shall be legitimized, so I can fuck with the realm even more."
Yep. Fuck you, son.
Yep,
You thought you were gonna have a good time? Ah, no.
exactly. And this led to, well, eventually, this led to the first Blackfire Rebellion.
The first of many.
Yes, when after a bit, Aegon, or not Aegon, well, people did not really like Darren as king, as he was a good king. He was kind. He was studious, but he married a Dornish woman,
Oh, how dare he?
and his oldest
How dare
son.
he now interbreed?
Yes, and his son does not have the typical Targaryen Valyrian features.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh, even worse.
uh yep. So a lot of like nobles didn't like that sort of thing. Didn't like things like peasants having rights, or nobles that saw a chance for gaining more power. Sort of went to his side. Others, like his half brother Bittersteel, joined because he was just a pissy bastard. Uh,
Jeez. It's just all kinds of bad all around here.
yep,
It's
yep,
the man just wanted to give some peasants some right, god damn it.
yep. Then there's also Sir Quentin Ball, nicknamed Fireball,
Ah, I see. How did he get that name?
because he had red hair and a fiery temper.
It's a fireball.
Yep,
Amazing.
yep. He got pissed because he wanted to become a member of the King's Guard, but he wasn't given the position, so he decided, okay, cool, I'm turning traitor.
If you won't give it to me, I'll take it by overthrowing you. Yes.
Yep. Uh, but this whole thing culminated with the thing we is depicted in this art, the Battle of the Red Grass Field, where the forces of the loyalist forces under House Targaryen fought against the traitors under the Blackfires, the Red Dragon versus the Black.
Hmm.
This whole battle ended after Bloodraven killed both Daemon and his two oldest sons.
Oh my god. Jeez.
Yep.
Bloodraven definitely has a kill count. Oh my god.
Yes, he rained arrows down upon him. And yeah, that was in the year 196 AC.
Hmm.
About 18 years later, we have the second Blackfire Rebellion.
Couldn't
When,
have just one.
yeah, when Daemon's third son, Daemon II, tried to orchestrate a rebellion during a wedding tourney.
Hmm. I mean, I can't blame him for doing using that as an opportunity.
Yep, gathered all these traitors, all these people who were still loyal to the Blackfires. Yeah, but then it didn't go so well.
Kind
Uh,
of went a little south, I'm gonna assume.
yeah, his plans were foiled by the future Lord Commander of the Kingsguard, Sir Duncan de Tall, Prince Aegon, and the current Hand of the King, Lord Bloodraven.
Hmm. Good old Bloodraven at it again.
Yep. Big reason, or a big way Bloodraven was able to screw him over was by a troop of circus short people crawling up through a toilet to steal a dragon's egg.
of, uh, of all tactics you could have employed, I suppose it worked.
Yes.
I will not discredit them from the bit that it worked, but oh, baby.
Yep. Uh,
It's just like imagine the meeting where the tactics meeting where he pitched his like, I have an idea. Hear me out.
yep.
Hear me out.
Uh, anyone interested in reading about these events can find it in the short story The Mystery Knight.
Hmm.
Uh,
Duly noted. Duly
yes.
noted.
Uh, I don't think I have an art for the third Blackfire Rebellion.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, I forgot a very
Third one.
I forgot a very important part as well. After the first Blackfire Rebellion, Bittersteel fled across the sea to Essos with a bunch of knights loyal to him, where he
Hmm.
founded what's known as the Golden Company.
Wait, okay. Wait, isn't that the
Yes.
mercenary company that I forget? I just remember they popped up. I just don't remember how they popped up.
They are very in Essos. They're very famous in the story, and get mentioned quite a bit. But
Hmm.
yeah, they were founded by Bittersteel, and they swore an oath that they would see a Blackfire on the throne.
I see.
So in 219 AC, Bittersteel came back with the Golden Company and Daemon's grandson Hagon. Uh, but they were swiftly defeated, and Bittersteel was arrested and sent to the wall. But on his way there, the Golden Company attacked the escort and freed him.
Oh.
And he fled back across the sea to Essos.
A lot of just a lot of them just heading over to Essos, eh?
Yep. In 236 AC, he once again came back with the Golden Company. This time it was Daemon III,
Mm-hmm.
Blackfire, again swiftly defeated.
Yet again.
Yep. And here we comes to the fifth Blackfire Rebellion in 258 AC. Actually, I do have some art for this.
Ah,
As the Fifth Blackfire Rebellion is also known as the War of the Nine Penny Kings.
9 penny.
Yeah, it started when a group over in Essos called the Band of Nine. There was a group of sellsword outlaws, thieves, and pirates joined together to carve out like kingdoms for each of them, like
Hmm.
essentially an alliance to make them all kings.
Well then.
Yeah, and one of its members is this lovely fellow right here, Meles the Monstrous.
Ah, you always gotta love it when they've got a title like that.
Yeah, let me actually just let me read you the description given for Meles the Monstrous.
Okay.
Meles had a grotesquely huge torso and arms. He had a second head sprouting from his neck, no bigger than a child's fist. He was
Oh.
he was inhumanly strong, able to kill a horse with a single punch and tear a man's head clean off his shoulder. He was named Meles the Monstrous for his fearsome strength and his savage nature.
I
It
was
is
wondering what that little thing on the neck was. Oh god.
Yep. It's said that before, when it was decided, okay, which Blackfire are we backing? It came down to him and his cousin Damon, because they were the last two male Blackfires, and they were supposed to have like a fight to decide, okay, who are we gonna try to make king? Meles killed Damon's horse with a punch and then tore his head off with his bare hands.
Oh my god, this man is I guess it's in the title. He is a monster. Jesus.
Yep. Uh, it uh, this the the War of Nine Penny Kings and the Fifth Blackfire Rebellion is brought to an end. When this happens, this here is a knight I mentioned before during the talk about the Kingsguard. Sir
Hmm.
Barristan Selmy, the Barristan the Bold, slays Meles the Monstrous in single combat.
Oh. Oh. How, how did this happen? That is the question now.
It again, it's one of those things we don't really know much about.
Gosh damn it.
We know he did it, but we
They
don't.
built up just how much of a monster this man is, and then it was like, oh yeah, he dies. Could you could you give me some info of how he died? It's like, nope. It's like, oh, gosh damn it.
It's one of those things of, yeah, he slew him in single combat. Okay, but details? Because this is one of those things covered in one of the lore books.
Ah.
And like mentioned every now and then in the actual books.
Hmm.
But let me tell you this: there's a reason why the fan base sometimes refer to Barristan as Barristan the Badass.
Oh my god. The
Uh,
badass.
but it's also important to note that it was during the War of Nine Penny Kings a lot of important alliances were made.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Okay.
the crown prince at the time, Ares II, became really good friends with the I forgot his name, the Lord of House Baratheon at the time, and also became good friends with Tywin Lannister
Ah.
during this time. Now, Steffan Baratheon, who, fun fact, it was actually Aerys's cousin.
Hmm. I see. I see.
Yeah, and there's also the fact that Stefan Baratheon also became friends with Lord Rickard Stark and Lord Jon Arryn, which would forge that, which lead to that both uh, Rickard Stark and Stefan Baratheon would send one of their sons to Jon Arryn to sort of study under him,
Okay.
which is going to be very
Okay.
important later.
Indeed.
But with now, there's two sort of important events I want to sort of just cover real quick, as
All right.
we're getting close to the end here. I'm sorry this has
Okay.
been long.
No, no, it's okay.
Uh,
I've learned a lot,
yeah.
many a things.
So the first thing I want to talk about is what I mentioned a little bit earlier on, the tragedy of Summerhall, when
Hmm.
Summerhall, the sort of vacation house of the Targaryens, burned to the ground, and King
The
Aegon the
question is how.
yes. Uh, so essentially, King Aegon had had been having visions that, yes, uh, dragons are gonna return. I think I should be the one to do it. I think I might be the one to do it. And
Spoiler alert, he wasn't.
yep, yeah, no. So it was a sort of attempt at a magical ritual to try and hatch a dragon's egg using blood magic and wildfire.
Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, again, Aegon died in the fire, as did his youngest son, or not his youngest, his oldest son, Prince Duncan the Small, and also Aegon's close friend and Lord Commander of the Kingsguard, Sir Duncan the Tall.
Hmm.
Though, uh, there's something here in this art that's very important down here.
Okay.
That's a woman giving birth.
Oh.
Because
Oh.
not only did all these people die that night, but a Targaryen prince was also born.
Hmm.
And that was the eldest son of, at the time, Prince Aerys and his wife Rhaela, Rhaegar Targaryen, who is gonna be very important when it comes to Robert's Rebellion.
The little scraps of knowledge I had beforehand is finally starting to like come together now. I think I can see, but maybe I need to know more. So continue.
Yes. Uh, and of course, this happened in the year 259 AC.
Hmm.
The other event I wanted to bring up is what's called the Defiance at Duskendale.
Oh boy.
It all started with the Lord of Duskendale, Lord Dennis Darkland, being upset that Duskendale wasn't the trade port it used to be.
Hmm.
So he went to King's Landing and tried to talk with the Hand of the King at the time, Tywin Lannister, about,
Oh.
yeah, can I possibly get some sort of, you know, can we like fix something so I can make Duskendale a better trade port again? And Tywin told him to fuck off.
As Tywin does.
Yeah, so Lord Darkland decided, okay, cool, I'm not gonna pay taxes.
Oh. Oh, that'll make him happy.
Yep. So eventually King Ares II traveled to Duskendale to sort of like find. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. He was traveling to Duskendale, but he was traveling somewhere, and on his way there, he got attacked and kidnapped by Darkland's men. As the plan was, okay, I will hold the king as a hostage until I get what I want. And can you take a guess at how long Lord Dennis Darkland had Prince, or not Prince, King Ares II as a hostage?
I'm going to guess maybe like less than a day.
He had him captive for half a year.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yep,
Oh. Oh no.
yep. This whole thing ended only when Sir Barristan Selmy snuck in on his own and saved the king. This motherfucker did a stealth mission
To save the king.
on his own. Again, there's a reason why people call him the badass.
For good reason. Jesus.
Yep. This whole thing very heavily soured the relationship between Ares and Tywin,
Mm-hmm.
as Tywin sort of just allowed him to be held captive for half a year.
Indeed.
This is also seen as the sort of a start for the mental degradation of Ares II.
Ah.
But with those out of the way, we come to what I think is probably the most important topic as we go in when it comes to relating to the books and the main story. Robert's Rebellion.
Ah, yes, good old Baratheon himself.
Yes. I actually don't really remember. Ah, yes. So this has a very interesting start, as it starts with Rhaegar Targaryen supposedly kidnapping Lyanna Stark.
Okay.
Supposed kidnapping because there's a big theory that she actually ran away with him,
I see.
and it's very likely to be true, to be correct.
Gotcha.
Uh, but at Rhaegar kidnapping Lyanna Stark, her older brother Brandon gets really pissed and travels down to King's Landing to sort of demand that his sister be let free.
Hmm.
He gets thrown in a cell,
Ah.
and
That didn't go well.
yeah, and essentially a letter is sent to his father, Lord Rickard Stark, to come down here and apologize for what your son did.
Hmm.
He goes down there and not really apologizes, but more tries to reason with the king.
Oh, trying to reason with the Mad King. That's um
Yeah, not the best idea.
no.
But the Mad King kills both Rickard and Brandon Stark.
Oh. What?
Yep.
Well.
And then he sends a letter to Jon Arryn, the Lord of the Vale, because he is mentoring both Rickard's third son, or second son, Eddard, and Robert Baratheon, who was betrothed to Lyanna Stark,
Hmm.
and he demands both of their heads.
I see.
Uh,
That was probably not taken well.
yeah, no, considering Eddard Stark, Robert Baratheon, and Jon Arryn joined together to essentially have the three biggest regions of the Seven Kingdoms fight against the crown.
Oh, well, that just kind of turns south for the Targaryens, didn't it?
Yep. Here we have a lovely piece of Robert Baratheon at the
Mhm.
Battle of the Trident. But
Oh.
Lord Eddard Stark then marries Catelyn Tully, who was originally betrothed to his brother Brandon, adding the Riverlands forces to their own, meaning now it's the Vale, the Stormlands, the North, and the Riverlands. Fighting against, well, Targaryen forces, the Reach. The Westerlands was staying neutral through all of this.
They're just like, oh, yeah, you all do that there. That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, they
And
were.
ooh,
Yeah. Uh, they were. Tywin Lannister and the Lannister forces remained neutral until after the Battle of the Trident, which
hmm.
was the last battle of Robert's rebellion, where Robert is said to have crushed Rhaegar Targaryen's breastplate in with his warhammer.
See.
And just to give you another really cool title here, it's after this battle Robert Baratheon became known as the Demon of the Trident.
This does not miss with these titles. There's not been a single miss. They've all been so fitting.
Yep. But it was at that point Tywin Lannister decided, okay, Baratheon is winning. Let's join his side. And gathered all of his forces and went to King's Landing. And of course, they opened the gates for him because they thought, oh, of course, he's bringing reinforcement to help protect the city. Nope. Of course, it was during this time when the Mad King went full cuckoo and wanted to burn the whole city down, and Jaime
Oh,
Lannister stabbed him in the back.
that's when Jamie stepped in.
Yep. Of course, the Lannister men slaughtered Targaryen forces, even slaughtering Elia Martell, Rhaegar's wife, and his two
Hmm.
children. Or supposedly slaughtering both of his children. Again, there's a possibility that his son Aegon is still alive in. Uh,
Kind of betting on that.
yep.
And
Though
then,
it's possibly that Aegon isn't actually Aegon Targaryen and he might be a Blackfire.
oh, oh,
Yep, that's a
oh.
pretty massive theory around. It's why the community refers to the character as Fagon, like fake Aegon.
Not the real Aegon.
Yep. Uh,
Oh my gosh.
of course, this ends Robert being crowned king.
Mhm.
Though uh, Eddard Stark finds out where his sister is held. It's a place down in Dorne called the Tower of Joy.
I'm going to say that there's not actually any joy if things have been any indicator here.
Well, there is not really joy there. So he travels down. Eddard Stark travels there with some loyal men, one of which including his close friend Howland Reed.
Yep.
And when they show up, they find three members of the King's Guard standing guard outside.
Well then.
Not only three members of the King's Guard, one of them is Sir Gerald Hightower, the White Bull, the Lord Commander.
Mm. Definitely not who they expected.
Nope. And one of the others is the one who's seen as the greatest swordsman alive, Sir Arthur Dane, the Sword of the Morning.
Definitely just getting worse and worse as they're seeing who they're facing here.
Yep. So they start fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and Eddard obviously survives, and Howland Reed does as well.
Yep.
Thankfully, they somehow manage to defeat Sir Gerald Hightower, Sir Oswald Went, and Sir Arthur Dane.
Mm.
Eddard runs into the tower to find his sister dying,
Oh.
and she asks him to promise something to him. Promise something to her before dying. And
What
then
was that?
after that, Eddard returns home, and he arrives home with a boy he claims to be his bastard son, named John.
Snow? Jon Snow himself?
Yes. And again, there's a pretty massive theory that Rhaegar didn't kidnap Lyanna, she ran away with him, and that Jon Snow is their son.
Hmm. I mean, I guess I can see where that theory comes from.
Yep. I mean, it's the direction the show went with it.
Huh.
So
Really?
yeah, I mean it. So it's one of those things as well where, again, is this the actual plan, or
Hmm.
is this just something they decided to go with? Considering
See.
they deviated from the books a lot towards the end.
I mean, considering that I assume they kind of ran out of material by the end of the
Yep.
run.
I mean
Hmm.
they did have books or like notes to go off of.
Okay. Then decided, nah.
Yeah. But just a little quick aside here as well, just since I am actually very close to it's not far off from being done here now. Just two little quick asides here. First of all, the website I've used a lot for this for researching this, a wiki of Ice and Fire,
All right.
which is like the best wiki for the series. It's so good that even fucking George R. Martin himself uses to double check his own lore.
That just feels both wrong yet hilarious to me.
Yep.
The- oh my goodness. He was like, yeah, no, the fans keep better track of this stuff than I do.
Yep. And it has an entire page dedicated to theories around Jon Snow's mother.
Hmm. Understandably.
And the theories on this page, the theory about ignore my that pop up. But the theory of Rhaegar and Lyanna being Jon Snow's parents, has the least counter evidence and the least reliable counter evidence. Because
So it's a bit of both. It's a 50-50.
yeah, it's the whole thing of all the others have like actual proper counter evidence. But this one's most of the counter evidence towards this one is it's obvious, it's cliche, it romanticizes Rhaegar and Lyanna.
Hmm. So it's really just like it'd be just too clean close to tropes is the counter argument,
Yep.
which isn't really an argument per se, evidence wise.
Yep.
Ha.
And secondly, I just want to quickly talk about how Sir Arthur Dane got the nickname that, or the title, the Sword of the Morning.
Yeah. Again, very cool title. What's the
Yep.
story behind it?
I mean, the Sword of the Morning is a title that's been passed down through the the Dane family for generations. As first of all, House Dane was created when a knight, an Andal knight, saw a shooting star and follow it to where it crashed into the earth.
Hmm.
In this fallen star, he found metal.
Oh, okay. Star metal.
Yep,
Here we go.
which he used to forge a sword named Dawn.
And thus this sword was passed on for generations.
Yes, along with the title, the Sword of the Morning. But only to the greatest warriors in the family. You had to prove yourself worthy to be the Sword of the Morning.
Hmm.
And also
See.
that's why House Dane's home is called Starfall.
Ah, suiting.
Yep. And their family crest is a shooting star over a sword.
Also makes sense.
Yep.
Sorry, just grabbing cat. She
Ah,
wants attention.
it's okay. I understand. Cat always wants attention.
Hmm.
But now I'm gonna get into the last thing for tonight.
The final slides.
The prince that was promised.
Oh, okay.
This is part of a prophecy in regards to the Long Night's gonna come again and Azor Ahai is gonna be reborn as the prince that was promised.
Hmm.
And it said once more the prince Azor Ahai will fend off the long night and bring the dawn.
Let's see.
And that's essentially what Melisandre's up to. Is she's fucking around with Stannis, who she thinks is the prince that was promised. But
Oh.
there's like at least like three other characters who thinks like, oh yeah, this person is the prince that was promised.
Damn vague prophecies.
Yep. And I mean, there are other theories as well where it's like there's a possibility Jon Snow might be the prince that was promised.
Hmm.
Some people think that Daenerys might be the prince that was promised, and it's a mistranslation.
Ah.
And there's a bunch of things like that. It's a uh, again, this is another thing where it's an answer that's coming in the final book. But when is the last two books coming out?
Who knows at this point?
It's been 12 years, George. Damn it.
You know you're taking your sweet time and you're busy, but come on. We need to know.
Oh,
I know the show must be a bit of a downer, but come on.
oh God. I want to know how it ends, damn it, especially since the fifth book ends on a fucking cliffhanger.
Oh God, does it?
Yes, let's just say it ends with the murder of a very important character.
Oh. Oh, lovely. Oh, great. That's
Yeah,
exactly the point you want to end on for 12 freaking years.
yeah, and I'm not gonna say who for those of you who might be interested in getting into A Song of Ice and Fire, but
Hmm,
actually, uh, let me actually double check when this happens in the show. I think it's the end of
right.
season. Da, da. Yeah, it's
'Cause I'm trying to think of like who up to my knowledge could it have been, but I'm only up to season 4.
yep. For those of you who have watched Game of Thrones, imagine it's literally the ending of season 5, where the last episode of season 5 ends off. Imagine, like, it's literally that scene, and us, the book fans, have had to wait over a decade to find out how it goes in the books, because it's probably not going to go the same way as it does in the show, because someone who's very important for how it goes in the show isn't present in the books.
I can feel the anger start to
Yes!
just radiate off you here, my friend.
Yes,
Oh,
again, no, it's like imagine reading a book series and one of the most important characters is killed at the end of the most recent book.
done nothing for over a decade.
Yes. Ugh. It. I want answers, damn it.
GRRM, you son of a gun. We need answers.
We want answers, damn it, you horny old bastard.
God damn it. Oh, who knows?
Oh,
Maybe one day. Maybe one
yeah.
day.
I mean, I hope he's actually able to finish the books, considering he's quite old at this point.
Yeah, that's the real concern with this all now, isn't it?
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah. Hmm.
actually, let me uh, look up how old he is, actually. Uh, George R. R. Martin. 74 years.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Uh, it's
Oh,
getting up there for sure.
oh, what killed any interest in the Divergent series for you, Senri? Oh,
Oh
but
god, Divergent. I remember that book series. I regret reading that book series. God.
I didn't even read the books. I watched the first movie.
God, I forgot I forgot about the movies. Don't think I ever actually watched the movies.
Uh, yeah, they made a movie where they.
Yep. Just remembering it is just like you awakening just
Uh,
memories.
uh, yeah, the whole thing was they were gonna make. Well, I'm pretty sure this movie was only made because of the success of the Hunger Games.
Oh, 100%.
Yep. But they were gonna do, the whole thing of first two movies is one movie each, and then the last movie will split up into two movies. But then the first part of the last movie flopped, so they decided, okay, let's just make a show instead of the last movie.
Yeah.
But then, like, the main actor went like, "No, I didn't sign up to do a show. I'm out." It's like, okay, cool. Guess we'll never know. No, we'll never get to the ending here.
Yep. That's all it is.
Yeah, but I mean, there is a precedence set for, even if an author dies, someone else can come in and like finish the story.
True. That's what's going on with the Wheel of Time series,
Yeah,
after all.
yeah, that's what happened with Wheel of Time. That also, by the way, I've started reading Wheel of Time. I need to continue.
Oh, definitely recommend you do. Like, I will say it's not like my absolute favorite fantasy series, but it's still a very solid one, I
Yeah,
think.
I'm a decent bit into the first book, and I like it a lot. I really find the setting very interesting. I like the magic system.
Oh, okay, yeah. If there's like my main gripe with Wheel of Time is kind of with how some of the characters have went off, but I cannot give any fault to the magic system
Oh yeah, no, it's
at all.
channeling is really interesting, and I got the first three books, so because I bought like a box set of them.
Mm. Oh, nice.
Uh, but yeah, I need to continue reading those.
Hmm, you
Uh,
should. You should. And oh yeah. Oh God. Like Senri here, just reminding me again about Divergent.
yep.
Yeah, just like just how they just dealt with her, and then it's just like, oh, guess she's dead now. Going on.
Uh,
I guess we're at the end here.
yeah.
We did it.
We
You.
did it.
We did it. I learned the lore.
Yeah.
I learned all the context and background for all things Song of Fire and Ice related.
Yeah.
And now finally understand what Valyria means, even if it's still a big old question mark.
Uh, yep. Like a lot of things here.
Hmm. I mean, here's the thing. I don't dislike the whole thing that there's still a lot of mystery in a setting. It's what makes a lot of settings feel more alive is the fact that we don't know a lot of what's actually happening, because that's pretty much like our own history in the world.
Yeah.
Is there's plenty of things that, like as we were talking about the whole historical accounts of, there's people who only know after facts, those who just don't provide an accurate description, and then just some things are so far back, many things have been lost or forgotten about it.
Yep. Uh, I mean, I do like it as well because I find theorizing very interesting. So,
Mm, definitely.
yeah.
It gives a lot of just lets you just try to come up with things, and trying to come up with your own theories is half the fun a lot of
Yeah.
times with this.
Uh, God, I feel like
Here
after
we
this,
are.
yes, at the end of the line.
Hmm.
Okay, hold on, let me just load this gun. Just turn around and look at the sunset.
No, no, please, no. I just gained all this knowledge. I need to do something with it. Damn it! Can't die yet. I'm too busy.
Oh wait, shit. Sorry, that's the wrong book. That's of Mice and Men.
God damn it!
Uh,
I'm not gonna think about this cute soft mice now.
oh God. But yeah. Again, this is a series I mean, I've had a weird history of this where I have watched the show fully through. I read the books,
Hmm.
but there was a time where sort of fell out of the show and just I did feel like it was some. It's kind of the situation of it's popular, so I felt, oh, it's popular. Ugh.
Ah, yes, of course. That kind of instinct you get.
Yep.
Just
But eventually I did come back to it, and saw it through the end. I That was also when I read the books
mm,
and properly got into that side of it. I do follow a lot of YouTube channels that mainly focus on the lore of the series.
ah, that would do it.
Yep. And I've again, I think it's a really interesting series. There's a lot of interesting lore, and I mean, even now, there's a bunch of things I didn't go into, like the Warlocks of Karth
Mm,
that gain magical powers from drinking this lick, special drink made from a flower that makes their lips turn blue.
interesting.
Or how magic is seemingly tied, the strength of magic in the world is seemingly tied to dragons. There's still a lot of things I did not go over.
It's always the problem with these kind of things. It's just like no matter how much you can talk about them, there's still more. There's still some more details you
Oh,
can sidetrack onto.
yes, 100%. And I mean, I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of moments like that, considering I'm not gonna stop doing lore lecture until I've done talking about all the series that I love.
And how many more that will be?
Yep,
Many, many.
yep. I mean, at some point, I'm gonna put up a poll for what the next one's gonna be,
Mm,
or I mean, depending on when I hit my goal as well. Because because if I hit my goal before I'm able to do that one, then the special one is gonna come before that one.
ah,
But
fair enough.
for those of you who might be curious about the possibilities for the next one, the three main series I'm looking at doing next would be Dragon Age, Elder Scrolls, and Fallout.
Ooh, all would be very good options.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a
Uh,
tough choice.
yep. I am mainly I kind of leaning Elder Scrolls, but it's also I want to put up a poll for it. Just let the people decide.
Ah, yes, of course. Give them the choice.
Yeah. And so I just want to talk about my dark elves.
Ah, yes, of course.
Or maybe I just want to go off on a long ass tangent on Dive Fear, the 4,000-year-old Telvanni sorcerer who lives in a mushroom tower and has four wives that are all just clones of himself.
Oh, Jesus. Well, whatever comes, I will be glad to tune in. Maybe not as the direct victim for this one, mayhaps.
Yeah,
Who knows? You might find some other student,
yeah.
not
So,
victim, student,
y-
student, student.
uh, yeah,
Though I will say, I did actually learn a whole lot
yeah.
during this bit.
Glad you did.
And you know what? Who know? I like thinking, yeah, but maybe I should try to crack it open again. Maybe I can, like, maybe enough time has passed that I can actually get through reading the book.
Yeah, I mean it's worth a try.
True. Very
Yeah.
true.
Uh, so
But it is getting late for you, my friend.
yes,
You have
so
been you've been talking for a bit.
yes, so it is time to find a good raid target.
Yes. And for you, my friend, I will be doing the last touches on my lecture for you.
Yes, I look forward to it.
All about our good old cog boys and the
Yes, our good old toaster level lovers.
good old toaster lovers and their goods guitar boys and the various war crimes of weapons that they possess.
Yes. So, uh,
Mhm.
would you like to tell our lovely viewers where they can find you, or any plans you have in the near future?
Ah, yes. Well, you can all find me over at the tavern, Osric Teller's Tavern, and well, the biggest thing in the future would be my VTuber lore review. So that'll be held next Thursday, 6:30 p.m. EST, where me and my good friend Aaron will be doing our usual thing of like trying to give objective readings of VTuber lore, more so just ending up gushing about them. Tis how it be. But yeah, so if you wanna check that out, or maybe submit your own VTuber lore for it, or spread the word about it, feel free to. The more lore, the better. We are always in search of more lore.
The lore.
The lore! Tell me about the lore.
Yes.
Need more lore, damn it.
Yes. But I think I'll be sending you over to my friend Saucy, who is currently streaming some Arkham Horror on Tabletop Simulator.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and I'll be back on Monday playing some Phasmophobia with Senri.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Let's raid.
That does a go.
Yeah. And again, thank you everyone for coming out tonight. I hope you all enjoyed, and again, thank you to my friend Osric for volunteering for the victim.
Well, again, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I hope I was as good a student as I could manage,
Yeah.
because my brain certainly is throbbing with knowledge right now.
Ah, wonderful. Perfect. Yes. Thank you everyone, and good night.
Good night. Till next time.